story has to do with cocaine. And yeah, but listen, I've had a love affair with cocaine, love-hate affair, you know, it's, I mean, I'm the only guy who ever got fat on cocaine as far as... I went to rehab for coke. I swear to God, this is a true story. I'm in group therapy, and this black kid walked up to me and said, "What are you pouring that shit on cheeseburgers?" God damn, you're the fattest cokehead I've ever seen. That's how black guys talked in my rehab. I went to rehab in 1888. Okay, here's the story. I come out here in 1995 to do a show called Mad TV. It was a sketch comedy show. All right. Thank you. I mean, you know, the show was, it was fun. You know, I was 27 years old, came out here, and the first time I was ever out here was a screen test for Mad TV. And I came out here with a job, making like 10 grand a week, and it was great. The problem was I brought from New York City a massive cocaine problem. And I somehow had a coke problem with $40 in my pocket in New York. Now I had 10 grand a week, okay? And I literally would intercept the checks at Mad TV. I would go to the accounting office at Mad TV before it went to my agent. I would get the check, I would cash it, I would send like 4 grand to my mother because she needed it. I would put 6 grand in my pocket and walk around LA like I was Jack fucking Nicholson, you know. And, you know, I had a blast, but, you know, I was on a train that was gonna hit a mountain, you know, that was moving real fast. So, a lot of the sketches on Mad TV we did film parodies, okay? Because that's Mad, it was based on Mad Magazine. And, you know, you did these bad puns of movie titles. And we'd have a pitch meeting to pitch this stuff. And I would just say stuff as a joke. Like instead of Dead Man Walking, I'd say Ed McMahon Walking. As a joke in the back. Cut to me in 3 hours of prosthetics as Ed McMahon. Stuff like, one time I pitched, they told us that Tori Spelling had agreed to do a guest spot on the show. And I pitched the Tori Spelling Bee. And it was the Tori Spelling Bee, and she would, you know, have to spell words, and she would have to use words in a sentence. And the one word she would have to spell was nepotism. And then usually in a sentence, and the sentence was her looking right at the camera going, "I like nepotism." So stuff like that. So one of the sketches we did was called Babe Watch. And that was Babe the Pig in Baywatch. My hand to God. So guess who played Babe the Pig? Come on. And there was a lot of fucking money for these sketches at the time. We had a big budget, so we shot it on location in Malibu. It was a 2-day shoot. I go out there, I had to be there at 4 a.m. to get 3 hours of pig prosthetics, a pig face, a pig snout, 6 teats, the bikini top on each one. That was the joke, you know. And you didn't see us at the Emmys a lot back then. So anyway, yeah. So 6 teats and a pig snout. Now the woman who did the makeup was the best in the business at this. So 3 hours of prosthetics, I looked like a fucking pig, man. I looked in the mirror and I was like, my God, I had a pig snout covering my mouth and my nose and the ears and all that shit and the teats. So I go back to my trailer. We got about an hour before we're shooting. I go back and I start eating. Now I catch a glimpse of me in the mirror eating. Guys, I'm a fucking pig. I'm a pig eating. This is not why I signed up for this. I don't want to be in show business to be this, you know. So I really started to freak out. It was like a 14-hour shoot. And I said, I'm not going to get through this without cocaine. Not going to happen. So my coke dealer in New York hooked me up with this guy, a contact he had in LA who was a coke dealer. And this guy, he was a Rastafarian guy. I don't want to be, you know, racial, but they just happen to dominate that business. And And he was the best cocaine dealer ever. He was always right on time. You called him, he was like, I'm there, you know. He was always at a party, no matter what time of the day it was. He was like that, he's like Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction, you know. The wolf, like, you sending the wolf, baby? That's cool in the gang. So I call him. I call him from the set. And I go, dude, you gotta meet me on the Pacific Coast Highway. We were in Malibu, by Oxnard. He goes, you gotta meet me. I gotta get something from you. I gotta get an 8-ball from you. And he goes, all right. Can you get to this restaurant, Duke's? Can you get to the restaurant on the Pacific Coast Highway? And I'm like, yeah, I think I can. So I hang up with him. I look around. Now I'm in every shot of this sketch. I look at the assistant directors, and not looking for 2 seconds. I run to my car. I get in my car, and I speed the fuck away. I just speed away. I'm doing like at 90 miles an hour. Looking, I'm telling you, exactly like a pig. I do like 90 up the highway. It took about 20 minutes. I get to Duke's. I pull in. He's already there. The fucking guy. He goes, we had a brunch at Duke's? What happened? Because, I mean, anyone here who does drugs, you got to score, coke or heroin or, we all know what it's like to score heroin, right? I don't know, I was at a church social, sorry. So, they're never there. These guys are never there. So you're supposed to meet them, in Brooklyn, and you get a call a half hour later, the guy goes, like a Puerto Rican guy going, yeah, man, I'm in North Carolina now. Excuse me? Because I'm in Brooklyn. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Can you get to North Carolina? This guy was efficient. Okay. So I get there, I get out of my car, I run to him, he gets out of his car. Now, I never told him I was on a TV show because I was afraid to share my life with him. And I forget myself. He sees me get out of this car, dressed exactly like a pig. And he looks at me and it's so fucking funny. I'll never forget the look on his face. When I retell this story, this might be the funniest fucking part. He looks at me and he goes, damn, man, what kind of crazy shit are you into? I was at some crazy drug party, people dressed like pigs, like the Eyes Wide Shut orgy scene, What's the other password? So I said I had to come clean. Oh no, I'm on a TV show. I'm doing a sketch. I'm Pabe the Pig. It's a long story. And then he goes, you got a show? What show you on? And I go, Man TV. He goes, oh, damn, I said, look, can we talk about this later? I just need the coke, He was starstruck for a second. So I get the cocaine from him. I can't pay. I don't have anything on me, but he was, again, the best drug dealer ever. He took credit. He goes, oh, fine, don't worry about it. So I grabbed the coke, and now I'm so freaked, I got to do something. I have to do something immediately just to get myself ready for what I'm going back to. I get back in my car, and anyone who's ever had a cocaine problem knows what a key hit is. You put, if you don't have a straw, you put some coke on a key. You know this, right? I apologize. You look really grossed out by me, but for a ton of reasons. But so I put some coke. Again, forgetting what I look like. I put some coke on the end of a key. I go to do it. I can't get the coke through the pig snap. I can't do it. So now I'm thinking, I'm the only one in the history of the world who's ever had this problem. So now 3 hours of prosthetics I went through, okay? And I'm trying to get the fucking, key through the thing. I can't do it, so I'm like, fuck it. I make a decision. I break the fucking nose, which means when I get back there, it's gonna be an hour of fixing it before we shoot. I'm in every shot. So I break the fucking pig nose. I do a couple of blasts. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Now I get back on the Pacific Coast Highway. I rush back towards Oxnard. I stop at a light at Topanga Canyon, and I figure I'm gonna do another hit. It's broad daylight. It's like 8 in the morning. So I do another hit. I got it up to my nose like this. I look over, and there's this beautiful woman in a Lamborghini. This is the look on her face. And I realize she's looking at a pig driving a car doing cocaine. Then I'm thinking, fuck her. It's LA. It's probably the third time she saw that day. I just, at this point, I have no, I'm like, fuck it, I don't care who sees what. So I do another hit, I drive, I get to the fucking set. Everybody wants to kill me. But they can't really say it yet because we got to do 14 hours of shooting. So they see that my fucking nose is fucked up. They have to redo my nose. And, we start shooting and everybody couldn't stay. Look, I was a fuck up. Every 2 hours, I broke the nose again to do coke. And every 2 hours, she had to fix it. And she knew what was going on. I wasn't fooling anybody. So this happens. We get through the day, and it's a nightmare. So we had to shoot the next day. They got us a little motel right on the ocean there, which was next to the shoot. So I go in, I fall asleep. They rip all the shit off me. I fall asleep in the bed. I wake up the next morning. At some point during the night, every bad thing in my body must have just fell out of me. I shit the bed. And I had a lot of bad in me. I wake up, the scene in The Godfather, the horse's head, where he wakes up, he sees all the blood. I was like, ah! Ah! I had shit all over the bed. I was late, I had no time to clean it up. I took a steaming hot shower. Steaming hot. Took everything off, got dressed, ran out. I had no time. We were checking out of the hotel. I had no time to clean up. So I just threw the bedspread over all the shit. It was a river of shit. I just threw it over the fucking thing and left. What could I do, I had no cash for a tip. Which is very rude. And I got there, I got through the day, everything was fine. So we're driving home, and I'm thinking about the hotel, and I'm worried about it. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to be embarrassed by that. But then I realized the room wasn't in my name. The room was in the name of the first assistant director. This guy Josh, if they don't want to blame somebody, they're gonna say, this guy Josh, shit the bed and didn't clean up. Which got me off the hook, but it made me feel happy. It really did. The Rasta guy, the coke dealer, again, he was the single coolest motherfucker as far as fast living, didn't care. About 2 years later, I found out that he was in a metallic blue Corvette, driving with this chick he dated up a winding street up by Northern California. He was doing like 100 miles an hour, veered off, hit a 18-wheeler, and just the two people disintegrated. That's how he died. So he's dead. And I'll tell you what, in the weirdest of ways, and this is why I'm a fuck up in life, and I care about all the wrong things. In the weirdest of ways, I miss that motherfucker more than anybody I've ever met in Los Angeles. My name's Artie Lange. That's my story.